Hello, guys. What's up? It's Noah. I'm joined with Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Oh, okay. That's my cue. Hey, good morning, good morrow. I'll go with Old English today.
Old English. So today's episode is with Eli Ramirez.
You offer us your leadings.
Badass.
Thank you.
Purple belt, former Marine, and actually getting ready for his pro debut in Combate Americas.
Super legit.
Which is super exciting.
Did you just do the thing?
What thing?
You did I would have been like Combate Americas.
No, I tried to put a little.
You did you did the roti thing, but I'll explain that another day.
So he sat down with us. We chatted for almost a couple hours, and he brought us some delicious beer from Tactical Brewing.
So shout out to Tactical Brewing, super awesome beer. It's a collaboration actually between Tactical and Papaya and Intracostal, also another local brewery. It's the Papaya and Prickly Pear, Florida Weisse. It's 6% ABV. It's called Last Second. Super delicious.
Especially after training.
Oh my God, it was like better than a Gatorade just now.
Yeah, I don't know if nutritionally it was great.
Hey, it's replenishing.
Absolutely.
I needed my simple carbs. I definitely got that. Delicious. I'm honestly at this point too drunk to do a legit Cicerone review of it.
No, but it was really delicious, and it's probably not the last time we're going to be having it.
Oh, hell no.
Absolutely
This is, but if it's a collaboration, it might be that's it.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it was delicious. So thank you for Tactical Brewing. Thank you for Eli.
Absolutely. And like always, if you like the podcast, like, subscribe, share, as Chris likes to say.
There we go. We got that,
But enough about us. Let's get to Eli and this awesome conversation. So on to Eli's show. And it's official.
Good one, right?
Yeah.
That was like, you just need to save that one for all the moving forward.
Yeah, they'll just be like stock sound. So what do we do? So Eli brought us. Eli's our guest. We'll talk to Eli. It's like Tactical Brewing Company, Papaya and Prickly Pear. This is last second collaboration. What are your thoughts, Chris?
It's good. I just took a sip. Did I cheat? I'm not supposed to have one yet until you.
No, you're fine.
Okay, it's good. First off, thank you for bringing some.
Yeah,
Eli, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tactical. How do you know them?
I met Doug, the owner of Tactical, in 2015. He was in the Marine Corps, so we ended up like vibing. But and then 2 years later.
So quick thing, they're a local brewery over in Orlando, over in Baldwin Park.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
It's very good.
I like this, and I like sours, so I like this.
This is so post-training, fasted, post-training hungover. This is delightful, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna feel better already. Like I'm already getting giggly right now. Meanwhile, Eli shows up like a Joe Rogan like regular with his fucking tall fucking Starbucks coffee here, just sipping on it. I'm like, look at this guy. Yeah, I need my caffeine, bro. I did the whole media circuit this morning. All the media calls. I was on the radio show. I was with Howard Stern. All these guys.
So quick thing. Thank you from Tactical. Thank you, Eli, for the beer, for sponsoring BJJ and Brews this week. It's delicious. Go check them out. They're over in Baldwin Park. Locally owned, operated, vet owned. So support them.
Yeah, that's badass. So Eli, you have a fight coming up.
I do. Yeah.
What date is it? When's the fight date?
April 17th.
April 17th. Actually, what's cool is I think we can actually schedule this so it kind of lines up around the same time. So that's pretty cool.
What's the promotion you're fighting in?
So it's gonna be my pro debut.
Yeah.
So you're 4-0, right?
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish.
I don't count that last.
Close.
I don't count that last one. That last one I don't count.
Yeah, I had a horrible weight cut.
What's the promotion in?
It's the big Latin
Combate Americas.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so there's an app on my.
This beer is delicious, by the way.
It is delicious. Yeah, so delicious, and 6% alcohol, mind you. It's Combate America is shown on Pluto TV.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. Hang on.
Yeah.
There's a reality show for it, and there's the fight promotion as well.
Oh, I didn't know there was a reality show.
Yeah, so the reality show is they bring. It's kind of. It's really interesting. They have it's just like the Ultimate Fighter, and they have 2 professional coaches.
Yeah.
But the coaches, you don't. I mean, like, you kind of know who they are,
Right.
but you're not supposed to know who they are because they wear lucha libre masks.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna have to look into that. That's awesome.
I mean, I guess everything's got to have their gimmick, but that's like their gimmick. So so how you're signed for this fight, fighting at 155?
Yeah, 155.
Right,
yeah.
nice. How's your weight cut going?
It's gonna be tough.
I mean, you got a while. I mean, you're like 8 weeks out.
Yeah.
Like, you started conditioning with Paul.
Yeah.
Paul said you looked a lot better this last time, like yesterday when you guys hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, we've been hitting it hard the past 2 weeks, but
sometimes he says you disappear into the bathroom and he's like comes following you and you're like,
yeah.
How's that rope machine, the rope pulling machine?
Oh, that's so painful.
Is it bad?
It's so painful, especially like ending the workout, you know? Paul's like, all right.
You guys did that? It's a finisher?
Yeah, he cranked it up to like 7. There's like different, like 1 through 7, 7 being the hardest. Yeah. He's cranking out 30 seconds, 5 sets. And
so what kind of conditioning does Paul have you doing right now?
Just strength, little heavy lifting.
So like deadlifts, squats, that kind of.
Yeah, we do floor presses, deadlifts, push and pull, like stuff. You know.
That's awesome, man.
It's very different from like the regular stuff that people do at the gym. So it's all like oriented to fighting.
What got you into wanting to fight, man? Because there are a lot of people that train at this gym.
Yeah.
Not many people compete, and even fewer actually step into the cage and do MMA, and doing it repeatedly.
You jumped right into it too, right?
Yeah, I wrestled growing up, like middle school through high school, and I remember watching Nate Diaz, like on TV. What season was it? I'm sure.
I think it was season 2.
Season 2 or no? I think it was season 3 because that was Tito and Shamrock, right?
When he tapped out Manny Gambirian, when he that wow. Okay,
that's what I was like. Holy shit! Like I really want to do that. Like, but yeah. I mean, I wrestled through high school, and then I joined the Marine Corps. I tried to do like a little grappling in the Marine Corps, but it's like it was impossible. And then I told myself once I got out, I'm gonna go to an MMA gym, American Top Team, and I'm gonna train. I'm gonna fight.
So you were dead set. You were in the Marine Corps for 4 years?
Yeah.
And so where did you grow up?
I grew up in Arizona.
Arizona, really? And you went to school, you went to the Marine Corps, which is everywhere, right?
So I grew up in Arizona, and then high school I moved to St. Augustine.
Oh, okay. So you're okay.
I was there for 4 years, and then I joined the Marine Corps.
And then you ended up in Orlando after that.
And then I just came to Orlando.
Was that by just chance, or how did you end up here?
I had a buddy here, and I was in St. Augustine like a month after I got out of the Marine Corps, and I had to do something. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I ended up calling my friend. I was like, "Can I move in with you?" Just
So you just a crash?
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "The couch is open." Like, I was like, "All right, yeah, I want to go to school here." Like, and I looked up gyms, and sure enough, American Top Team. Like,
did you have an intention to go to an ATT gym, or just you happened to?
It's just like everything just worked out. Like I came to Orlando, not even knowing there was an American Top Team.
But why did you have it in your mind that you wanted to train at an American Top Team gym?
Just like it's a big name. Like
you'd heard of that by following MMA and stuff. Yeah,
following MMA. Just American Top Team.
Did you know anything about Paul prior to coming to this gym?
No, nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing. And I was calling all the gyms in Orlando. I was like annoying. Like, hey, are you guys like legit? Like, I hope I didn't offend anybody. Like,
who do you bow to on your wall? What pictures do you have up on the wall that you bow to? Tell me their names.
So you came to Orlando. So you always had in your mind that you wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you obviously there's the Marine Corps martial arts program, right?
Yeah. But I mean, our blue belts could tap anybody.
Yeah, how does that compare? And you're like, looking back, like at the time you probably didn't know, but now that you have the perspective because you're a purple belt, you've been training here. Like, how does that compare? If you were to explain to a layman, what's the difference between training here versus training in the Marine Corps program?
The Marine Corps program, it's more like weapon-based type training, like Jiu-Jitsu with knives and guns and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's it's different, but I mean, it's not that good. I mean,
but it's
the
also
the Army has like the best.
Do they really?
combative- Yeah.
How? That's interesting. So you're
Actually, I think Chris Howder will do like seminars with the Army. I think. Come on, you're an SPG guy. You should know this.
I thought that actually Henner and Huron were partially responsible for helping create the Marine Corps martial arts program. So
The Marine Corps or the Army one?
the Marine Corps martial arts program. I remember seeing that. Actually, there's a book out on it. I'm surprised though because. So it's probably focused largely on like getting off your back, standing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean like in pure grappling, you say our blue belts would take them.
Yeah,
but
for
like,
sure.
But it's using the tools of jiu-jitsu for a purpose, maybe like for the specific purpose, like because you're not like in the battlefield. You're not.
What if the enemy barambolos you?
Right. I mean, I guess so. Or like I guess they're not gonna like. But right, like because it's more truly combat. Like maybe. The Marine Corps martial arts program just kind of weed away anything that's not applicable to actual combat. Maybe is that why? So it's like a much more simplistic system, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean they have a belt system, so like you could be like a black belt, and it's called McMap.
Yeah,
McMap. So yeah, it's
What belt rank did you attain?
I was a tan belt, which is the first belt. Yeah. But here's the thing. So like we would ground fight is what they call it. You're in boots and you're.
Oh, you're in full fatigues.
Yeah. So you're like grappling and stuff in the circle. Hey, Paul. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This is the temperature you're supposed to drink it.
It's good beer though, man.
It's still Paul.
Whatever hangover I had disappeared the minute it touched my lips.
So Paul is 100% responsible for your training right now. I'm
sorry?
He's walking you through strength and conditioning. 100% responsible for your training program right now.
Yep.
Nice.
Tactical.
They're sponsoring today's podcast, dude.
Yep.
It's delicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see you at 8.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Tonight, bro.
Tonight.
No, I don't know. I don't know your schedule.
Okay. Cool. All right. All right.
8 a.m. He just said it. You better be there. What's on deck for 8 a.m. tomorrow?
Strength and conditioning.
Strength and
24 hours,
conditioning?
yeah. I'm sore right now. Like
I bet.
keep waking up in the morning like
I've heard there are like a lot of professional wrestlers that train at that 24-hour fitness.
Paul just moved to the one over by Waterford.
Oh, maybe not so much.
But the one on Aloma,
Yeah,
there's like a bunch of like professional fighters.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hang on. Like people who we would know?
People that I don't know if here we go. The wrestling side of me comes out. How do I know this? So in Orlando, working out of Full Sail, WWE has NXT, their brand called NXT, which is their farm system, so to speak. But it's actually
they're minor leagues.
Yeah, but actually there are a lot of like very talented guys that are veteran guys that are just going to start there before they get moved up because they don't have space. So these are not like 20-year-old kids that are just learning the ropes. Like you've got like 10-year veterans that are there doing their thing. So people that follow wrestling will know like Adam Cole or Tommaso Ciampa and stuff like that.
A guy I used to do a podcast with is a huge NXT guy.
Okay, so as a result, they built a training center here in Central Florida.
At Full Sail, right?
Yeah.
Is it at Full Sail?
Yeah, it's like right behind.
Right behind it. So they film their shows in Full Sail, and they have a training center, which they have the rings, world class like strength and conditioning. It's just big. Like an athletic program, right?
And they also weightlift at.
So then these guys will go to 24-hour fitness.
Are you big into WWE and stuff?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I know a lot of my friends are, so I'm just.
We need Ryan LaFrance here.
Oh, don't get him started, please.
I actually know the hosts for WWE's Raw, I think it's called.
Really?
SmackDown, yeah.
Did they live in Orlando?
Wait, Renee Young? Not Renee Young.
No,
Todd.
Kayla Baxter.
I don't know the.
Yeah, she's.
I know that I've.
Like, what's her ring name? I guess is it.
Kayla,
no, but she's a host.
Oh,
she's like.
She's a host.
Yeah.
But I've heard like. Let's see. I know. I mean, I've seen guys. I've seen guys in Publix, but I've heard like Rhea Ripley, who's like really hot right now. Like she's in there, like basically, if you see like a very distinct looking jack person, male or female, in 24 Hours Fitness, chances are they're a budding or current professional wrestler.
Yeah. Nice. What's your training schedule look like right now? How many days a week are you in here?
So
are you a 7-day a week? No, like
6.
6 days a week.
6 Saturdays, like the day.
It is okay.
But Monday, I think Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays and Fridays we're lifting, strength and conditioning, and then training throughout the week, like Muay Thai.
Okay.
And no gi. I'll try to get some like gi just for fun, you know.
I know you say you love the gi.
Oh, I've been hating it lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're like, these goddamn grips.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like it's weird. I'm weird like that. Like I'll go through like the gi phase and then a no gi phase. Like right now I'm in the no gi phase.
Yeah, well.
And you should be. You're training for a fight, right?
Yeah. So it's like I don't know.
Well, that's cool.
And then Cogito on Sundays they have like the open mat. So
did you go last Sunday?
Yeah. So I did, and
you did the Ferriola special there.
Killer.
That's a bunch of tough guys.
Yeah.
That's
There's
awesome.
a lot of testosterone in that room.
Oh yeah,
right?
it was. Last Sunday was pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome.
And especially seeing Paul and Matt Ferriola go at it, that was pretty entertaining.
Matt's good too. I mean, Matt's a black belt.
Oh yeah,
realistically,
he's real good. Don't
let him get your head, man. Like he's gonna pop your head off. So what? So you said you first watched that Ultimate Fighter at a pretty young age.
Yeah.
And you wanted to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the Marine Corps, on my first deployment, I was on a ship, and there was these like sniper guys that like used to go down in like the bottom of the ship and have like a grappling thing.
Really?
I heard about it.
Was that just their like extracurricular on their free time?
Yeah. They just did it for fun. They had a mat and they would come in and beat the crap out of each other. So I went one day and that was the first time I heard about Jiu-Jitsu though.
Really?
I heard with Diaz or whatever, he was like a black belt, but I was like, whatever. Like this guy's in a pajama suit, like I thought it was like karate. I'm not big on karate. Like to me, it looks fake. I know it's real, and I probably get my ass beat by a black belt, but it always looks
like. You won't. Don't worry.
It always looked fake to me, but yeah, I went down on the dock, and like these guys were like grappling, and one of them was a purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty high level.
Legit,
yeah.
But like,
what year was this?
2012.
Okay, so even like the farther back in time you go, like a purple belt means even more. Like 2012 or two. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he was really good, and I was just based off my wrestling, and
He probably triangled you.
Yeah, he
guillotined you probably.
Yeah, he was. I was like, holy shit! Like, what's going on here? Like, it's like the first time I actually like really getting my ass kicked by 3 of these sniper guys, and they're all like saying jiu-jitsu, and they're like, oh, you should start doing it, blah blah blah. So I would go down there like every other night, and like they would teach me some stuff,
So would you say that you've always like identified with being like kind of a warrior because like you wrestled? You went to the Marine Corps, and then after out of the Marine Corps, you've gotten into mixed martial arts. Like, is this something that you just feel like's always been a part of you?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that, I don't know.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do.
Do you guys like scrap a lot? Or
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But like when I used to live in Arizona, like I grew up like in the Tucson.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bad area.
Well, you didn't grow up in Scottsdale, at least.
What's that?
You didn't grow up in Scottsdale, at least.
No.
I don't know. I saw some video. Like I've never been. Like people in Arizona
Super
probably
nice
hate it. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Still like a super nice area. Or?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But no, I mean, yeah, I used to get picked on. And I know like a lot of people turn to martial arts because they get bullied or whatever. But yeah, my stepdad one day was like, "Hey, you should join the wrestling team at the middle school that I went to."
Oh, so you've been wrestling since middle school?
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Oh wow, you got. And did you wrestle all through high school as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got those wrestling chops.
Oh, So you didn't come here as a white belt then?
Yeah. I mean, like in Arizona, here in Florida, they actually don't have middle school wrestling. Or excuse me, middle school.
No,
so like,
they don't have middle school wrestling.
Yeah, I think certain middle schools have like a club thing.
It's like it's like the
right. So I was like super like advanced when I went to in high school in St. Augustine. I was like a star on the team, but I was like average in Arizona, whatnot. But Yeah. I don't know.
And what, if you don't mind me asking, like, what motivated you to join the Marine Corps? Like, do you have family members that
Yeah,
also
my dad
served?
was in the Army.
Gotcha.
And stepmom was in the Army. I had an uncle that was in the Marine Corps. And I used to, like, look up YouTube videos of, like, Marine, you know, kicking down doors and, you know, yeah, doing, like, cool stuff. And I don't know. Like, my parents were super upset I was joining the Marine Corps. They wanted me, like, to join the Army. But
oh, really? So they
yeah.
had that. They were definitely, they were like Team Army instead of Team Marine. Oh,
yeah, like
okay.
hardcore. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But didn't you say your uncle was in the Marine Corps?
Yeah, he was in the Marine
So
Corps.
he was like, yeah, he was in the back. He was like teasing him, like, no, he knows what's up. Eli knows what's up.
Why did you choose the Marine Corps versus like what your dad did, you know, in the Army instead?
Honestly, so I took the ASVAB and I like in high school and I saw this Marine guy.
So what is that, just for people who don't know? Like,
Oh, that's like the tests to see what jobs you like qualify for.
so it's kind of like just but it's not it's not something that the military provides. It's something they give in high school just for career paths, like.
No, that's the military.
Oh, that's the military
yeah,
one.
it's
Okay.
The ASVAB, yeah.
Okay.
So you take that and like whatever you score, it gives you like.
It places you like, oh, you'd be a good engineer,
Yeah,
you'd be a good
exactly.
medic, or you'd be a good grunt, or that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I knew like whatever I scored, I wanted to be like infantry, like grunt.
You do? Okay, so you had that set in your head.
Yeah, I was set in stone.
Did you?
Yeah.
So what was your path in that? Did you just like walk up to the recruitment center after graduating and you're like,
Yeah,
boom, sign me up?
Yeah, I went into the Marine Corps recruiting office and
You were what, 18 at the time?
yeah, and
Gotcha.
I was like, yeah, I want to be a 0311, which is like the military job for the Marine Corps, which is
Yep.
like the infantry. And he's like, oh, we don't have none of that that are open right now. So I was like, okay,
They don't
peace.
have any.
Yeah, so like they have to meet like a quota every month.
Okay.
So like certain, you know, certain MOSs like they get certain numbers, I think a month or
Interesting.
something like that. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing this then. And then I walked out, and then the next day he's like, hey, it so happens to be it opened up. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, well, let's do it. So yeah, as soon as I took the ASVAB, I was gone in like a month.
Wow.
To boot camp. Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah.
And where was boot camp for you?
I'm sorry.
Where was boot camp for you?
Parris Island,
Paris Island.
South Carolina. Yeah.
Okay.
3 months.
Cool, man. And how long did you end up serving in the Marine Corps?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Is that the length of the contract?
Yeah.
Like, is it 4 years active, 4 years reserve? Are you
Yeah,
technically?
it's like 4 years active and then 4 years inactive.
So
like,
you're technically inactive right now. Your
no,
contract.
so my inactive is done.
Oh.
You're passed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah. So
'Cause
yeah,
you're- So okay.
yeah. So I did 4 years active and then 4 years inactive, and then yeah, I'm completely done. Yeah.
And you're in school now.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
What are you studying to be?
Criminal justice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
What,
Nick Paul's actually one of my professors.
Is
so-
it really?
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh,
thing.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know that. Here's the great thing. It's. I'm not saying this is a jab to Eli because it's good, but he said he's the best student, and I'm like, Eli's really the best student out of all the people in the class.
There has to be I'd imagine there's an amount of discipline that's involved with, right? Like, because like, I mean, and this is purely like a layman understanding of the military. Like the Marine Corps are just characterized to be the toughest, most hardworking, just grittiest folks.
Don't tell that to the Navy SEALs.
I mean, but I don't know. I'm like, this is literally. I mean, like, there's a reason why like James Cameron chose to use the term Space Marines in Aliens, right? Like, because like y'all are the fucking badasses of like the military, right? So, like, there has to be something to that.
Okay.
Oh, Coach Paul asking for more beer.
yeah.
So hang on. Paul, shout out to Tactical Brewing.
Shout out Tactical Brewing. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Papaya and Prickly Pear, man.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he was super excited. He's like, yeah, like whatever you want. Like I was like, yeah, just give me that.
That's awesome.
Well, and Nick was also in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he
so-
was.
And now he was also in law enforcement. Now he's
Yeah.
getting his
There
doctorate.
must be something to that discipline that lends itself to Eli being an excellent student. That's my point.
Oh, absolutely. So, one other thing on this, like, how was everyone? And I'm coming from someone that's a layman. I don't have family that's in the military. I don't
Yeah.
have that background. I have a tremendous amount of respect for what the men and women like yourself for what you do. And I know it sounds cliche, but thank you
Yeah, no,
for
I
serving and stuff. And
appreciate that, yeah.
I fucking mean that. Like,
Yeah,
you guys
appreciate that.
are awesome. And that's all levels of the military. How was the transition coming back to civilian life?
Oh, man.
Because, I mean, you have a hyper-focus, like, when you wake up, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, man, can I crash on your couch? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was tough. It was really tough for me. And I'm glad I found American Top Teams as quick as I did when I got out. Because
was finding MMA one of
yes.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Please go on about that.
No. Like when I found American Top Team, like I swear, like I hate to say it, like everything felt like together, and like I was like, holy shit, like, cause
everything made sense again.
Yeah, okay. like it was weird how everything happened. Like I got back from Afghanistan in 2014. I can't remember what month. So and then like when I got back to the States, I had 3 months left on my contract to get out of the Marine Corps. So I got back from Afghanistan, and then 3 months left in the Marine Corps. And then
doing what? Doing what and where?
You said you had 3 months left. What were you doing?
Like so I got back to Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Is that a base?
Yeah, that's the base.
I gotcha.
So I had 3 months left on my contract for the Marine Corps, meaning like just training up until my contract. Then I get to go home after the.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So like literally, you're kind of in like a hold pattern for that 3 months, basically?
Exactly. Yeah. So it was like 3 months. I was like, holy crap! Like I got to think of like what I'm gonna do after I get out. Yada yada. I had no idea. Like no idea.
Can I ask too? And this is purely ignorance on my part.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Like you're in the military, you know, like you have 3 months left. Are there? Like I try to think of the military as like college, also, like where they're gonna help prepare you for civilian life. Is there like a job placement programs that are involved, and like a department or to help? I mean, like how does that work exactly?
Yeah, they're starting to like come out with programs like that, but like for instance, like my job in the Marine Corps, like I was a grunt, you know, like you could be a police officer. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like that's mostly like what fits the job description in the Marine Corps as a civilian, like you know, police officer, whatever. But yeah, I mean, they help. You got the GI Bill. You can go to college.
So you're saying certain skill sets in the Marine Corps, or any branch of the military, certain skill sets might translate better to different jobs as a civilian. So if you're an engineer in the Marine Corps, you're a mechanic, then they could be like, well, you could do similar engineering jobs civilian, but how many people are badasses walking around with an M16 in civilian life, right? You know what I mean? So it's like the skill set, a lot of the skills you've cultivated are very useful, but they might not easily directly connect with a civilian job, you know? But now you're an MMA fighter and you're fucking kicking ass.
Yeah, exactly. So you joined the gym, and you said that was a huge impact into your life, and giving you sort of like direction, or just like the sense of brotherhood? Because I can speak for that too. Like, not being a military guy. Like,
it's weird because like Jiu-Jitsu reminds me of the Marine Corps.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. Like the ranking, like, you know, like even when we do like line up and stuff by rank or by a belt, like that reminds me of formation. Like it's so weird. Sometimes I'm like, holy shit. Like,
which, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that, because like I know just like toe to toe you would just murder me, right?
No.
But you are one of the most like respectful and humble people I've ever met. Like, and it's awesome, and I have to think that comes from your sort of like the idea of rank. Is like you respect the rank regardless,
absolutely,
right? Like, which is awesome.
Like, like,
I think if you were wearing long sleeves and they didn't see the tattoos, they'd be like, it's just like a normal, like, I'd be like, this is like a guy who just, you know, got out of college. He's like super respectful, and, you know, he looks kind of athletic and stuff, but, you know, it's absolutely true. Like, I find it weird because, you know, I don't know how, and actually this is kind of question for you, Chris. It's like, I'm 35. I just turned 35. But I don't view myself as a 35-year-old. Like, one of my best friends is Victor, and he's 20. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I still have a very, whether it's a childish, immature, whatever. Like, I view myself younger as I am. So
and that happens in the military, though. Like, one of my good friends, he's like, I think like 37 now.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I met him when I was like 19. You know, there's no like, it's weird. There's no, you don't think about that. It's just like.
So what I find weird is that I think when it comes to both maybe my age and just also the respecting the tradition and the ranking system in martial arts, it's like when a guy like Eli shows me so much respect when I feel like I don't even know the guy that much.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Incredible. You know?
I'm like, I don't even know the guy that much, but he's showing me all this respect. I'm like, man, like, this is crazy, you know. So I think it's a combination of a bunch of those factors, you know.
Yeah.
But you've always, I mean,
You're so polite and like
he's
respectful.
one of the most complimentary guys of me and my jiu-jitsu. Like every time I come in, he's like, "Damn, bro." He's
Oh,
like,
no,
"Do you
you're a
live in
killer,
here?"
bro.
Like, bro, like you're fucking savage and
you do
stuff.
live in here.
No, I know, but it's like, but you know, it's me and my friends. It's like, you know, we compliment each other, but it's almost like if you compliment someone too much, like, dude, stop riding my nut. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like my friends are always
I feel
cutting
as
me
though,
down.
like yours is like it's a true like a genuine complimentary.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's the thing is like that's why like when. You know, you compliment me because you only passed my guard 3 times instead of like 5 times in a time we roll or something, right? Or you only kimura me like 3 times instead of 5 times. Like I'm like, oh, like he actually means that, you know? Like that's one of the most awesome things about you. But what's cool is like you're like I feel as though like there are folks who like you live everything you believe, and that's like one of the coolest things ever. Like we all know you're a vet, but because it's just the way you live, and you don't like go out of your way to like sort of like not push it, and that sounds terrible. It sounds like disparaging on other vets, but like you don't make it like the first thing you say to us, sort of thing, which is like
just kind of like a similar example, like Zach. Zach's a black belt and a badass on the mats, right? I mean,
Killer.
Chris claim. I don't know the community like Chris does, but it's like you call him one of the best black belts in Central Florida as a grappler.
And now the target is on my back because everybody wants to like just smash me for saying that. But like, I can probably think of like 5 who are just unbeatable, right? And Zach is one of those fellas.
When he wants
Really
to turn
good.
it on. But the thing is like Dennis said, if you met him in Publix in a supermarket,
You don't even know.
you
that-
don't know, and he would never say it.
Same for Chris though. I mean, you know, like
No, but then not the same for
but
me.
no, but like you probably killed
The
somebody
point
in the
is,
streets, you know,
no,
like-
but the point is, it's like there are people who achieve things in their life and they don't go around bragging about it.
right.
And they're people, and the same thing. Like you've served
done-
multiple times in crazy
Probably
situations.
exhibited more bravery than all of us could in a lifetime in 4 years, right? And like but you're still Eli.
You're fucking Eli, bro.
You know, you're having a beer with us on an afternoon, you know? Like, that's awesome. And I have to wonder, too, and I always sort of try to find motivations in people.
Yep.
And things that, like, people go through. There are a lot of veterans who I know who have been through probably the same sort of things that you have.
Yep.
And they have not adjusted as well.
Yeah.
And there are many who I feel as though, like, you have adjusted well to civilian life.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though, like, if you didn't find something like ATT, you wouldn't have adjusted as well?
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, because when I moved to Orlando, I was just struggling. Like everything, I felt like I didn't have like a purpose. Like I don't know. It was weird. Like I would wake up and be like, what do I do? Like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was rough. But I was like drinking way too much, like partying, I guess, you know, trying to. I don't know.
Like, you're like living your youth that you didn't get to live for the
Yeah,
4 years,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like, you're
yeah,
trying to get your
yeah.
rocks off. Like,
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I hope you played the Marine Corps card a little bit. Like, yeah, I was.
Oh
in the
yeah, we
Marine Corps.
partied pretty freaking hard, but we didn't have like the freedom, like you know,
I mean,
like
because
jump
you gotta
to
be
bar to
on,
bar.
right? Like,
yeah, like you know, and I don't have to worry about being back to the barracks on time, waking up for formation 4 o'clock in the morning, So,
what do you miss most about being in the military?
my buddies, I think, like, yeah, just like my friends, like, even though like I get like the same thing here, brotherhood, it's just different type.
Do you keep in contact with
Oh yeah,
with everybody?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, I've learned. It's weird. This might seem obvious to you guys, but I realized only a few years ago that what makes people friends is shared experiences.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have in common.
Or shared struggle, probably even more so, right?
Oh, absolutely. But experience doesn't have to be positive. I mean, it can be anything. It can be a struggle. And that's what's interesting about jiu-jitsu is we spend every day grinding and battling each other, not with malice, but we're throwing adversity at each other through training.
Yeah.
and obviously the military, it's the same thing, you know.
It's
so,
great, man.
So you're gonna bond with people.
Yeah.
And now whenever you sit down with those people, you can always say, hey, I remember when such and such happened.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we were rolling on
Yeah.
the mats and this happened. Or I remember we were deployed and such happened. So,
But and then like, you know, training here, I'm not saying, but there's something wrong with all of us.
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a bad way, but like
a certain breed of cat has to walk in the door.
We're like a certain special kind of people, I think, that really, like, you know, that we could all like share this craziness.
I mean, not even. Yeah, I
don't know.
think to me it's normal. To us, it's normal. To most people, at least in our society here, you know, let's talk about jiu-jitsu, being in such proximity to one another, that's not usual for most people. If you grab someone off the street and you're like, hey, I'm going to get right up in your face,
Yeah.
that's not something they're used to. So, yeah, I like to say it's just a certain breed of cat that has to come in and train here.
There's something in all of us that, you know, I don't know.
But then it's something we have in common, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we see that.
It just... You know, because, I mean, I met people, you know, they don't do any martial arts or whatever, and I'm like, you know, get in there and do it. Like, and they're like, no, like, you know, it's...
Well, how do you... Because this came up just a little while ago, and I remembered it, and it's something that's come up in other podcasts, talking to other people. How do you stay motivated to train? Do you have issues with motivation? And if, I mean, like... Because you're pretty consistent, you know, unless you have something going on in your life, but for the most part, like, you're one of the regulars.
Yeah, I think, God, I don't even know. Like, I want to become a black belt so bad.
Okay, so that's interesting because you joined the gym. When you found the gym, you had intentions of not doing jiu-jitsu, I'd imagine. You wanted to do MMA,
not at
right?
all. I remember walking in here and seeing you guys
in the
with
gis?
the gi. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Really?
it took me 3 months before I got into the gi. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what... You came in with the idea of doing MMA,
Yeah.
and you're now a pro fighter, right? Like your first fight's coming up.
Pro debut, yep.
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. What made you decide? So I don't know what the process is actually. You did 4 amateur fights. How long before you can become a pro? What makes you decide to become a pro? What's the difference between pro and amateur then?
Yeah. Amateur, I mean, now, like, they're making, like, the rules
Sure.
as, like, pro fights, because Florida just passed a law where now you can start using elbows. And knees
As an amateur?
As an amateur.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you punch to the head as an amateur? Yeah, you could.
Yeah. So, and, like, even when I started fighting here in Florida, like, I'm seeing the rules change, because when I first started, we couldn't ground and pound. I don't know if you...
Yeah, that was like,
yeah.
you can only punch to the body.
Yeah, it's weird. But then, like, now, like, I'm literally seeing everything that pros are doing, amateurs can now do. So talking to Paul, he's like, well, you know, if that's the case, then why not get paid for it? You know,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like,
if you're putting your body through it anyway.
yeah, it's like, I mean, in an amateur fight, I could possibly catch an elbow to the face.
Yeah,
that's
like
scary. Like, and not get paid for it, and you know, it's, I mean, yeah. So, but
Do you so your long-term goals? I mean, like you said, you want to be a black belt.
yeah,
Which is intriguing because, like, I find a lot of people who start in MMA, they don't latch on to jiu-jitsu. Like,
Right.
jiu-jitsu is like, it's a means to an end, right? Like, it's something just to help my MMA get better. It's only after oftentimes that they retire from MMA that they're like, okay, now I really want to be a black belt or something. But you're sort of like, you're latching on to that pretty early. What's the intrigue of the black belt? Because, like, quite frankly, just from a purely anecdotal standpoint and just probably empirical, you know, like, from a athleticism standpoint, from a tenaciousness, your skill set, you're a purple belt now, like, you know, what is the what added benefit is it to you that, oh, I'm a black belt also, because you're already a badass?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, like, you know, we all, it cracks me up to hear just, like, these people who take themselves overly seriously when they do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, I'll always make fun of them, too, because, like, you see these dudes who, and I get it, like, everybody's excited about what they do, but it's like a white belt who's posting, like, Dragon Ball Z memes about how,
Yeah.
like, they're fucking warriors and stuff, and I just, you know, my gut reaction is to go, let's step it back, Braveheart.
Yeah.
We're not fucking fighting for the freedom of Scotland.
Right, right.
We're just rolling on the mats. But you literally have fought for the security and like the freedom of America. Like, you're literally a true warrior, right? So like, you've achieved the highest level of being a warrior. What drives you to become a black belt? Because to me, like, black belt bows down to somebody like you. That's incredible, you know?
I don't know. Like, every black belt that I've met in jiu-jitsu they're so humble, so nice. Like, yet you black belts could. I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder what, like.
I mean, it sounds like attaining that rank is something that will motivate you. Just like in the military, you want to be promoted. You know, you want to have.
I don't know. That black belt's just like a motivation. I know, like it's kind of like the Marine Corps. You get a certain rank, but at the end of the day, the rank doesn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be like a corporal, sergeant, whatever.
How does it go?
Belts don't matter in the Marine Corps, right?
I guess not, right?
No, how do I say this? Like,
are there certain, like, to achieve a higher rank in the Marine Corps? Because this is something we talk about a lot, is like, with jiu-jitsu, it's so everybody sort of chooses their own path. Right? Like, you sort of make the belt what you want it to be.
Right.
Is it the same way with the military, or are there like hard standards that you have to achieve?
There's certain standards. Like, if you become like a non-commissioned officer, like a corporal, then you take more responsibility as the higher you go. So I think, like, with jiu-jitsu and stuff, I swear, it's almost like the same thing. It's weird. I don't know.
Do you have aspirations to teach at some point? Is like, I get a black belt and I want to teach?
I've thought about it, but I don't think I'm a good person to, like, I wouldn't know how to teach somebody. I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
I mean, the skill of teaching is its own skill.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
a guy like, we'll use Zach. Zach is a great example of a guy who does very well, but he'll fully admit that he doesn't know how to communicate what he does that makes him so good.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I like, when I was in, I trained over at Marciello's in New York a couple years ago.
Oh, Marcelo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcelo.
Yeah. But one of his black belts were teaching something. I had no idea what was going on.
Was he Brazilian?
Yeah, he was. But I was just like, dude, like Paul's way better, like, at teaching stuff. You know, the way he breaks it down, every detail. Those things matter. Like, you know.
Did you train at other jiu-jitsu gyms in Orlando when you first were looking around, or was it like you came here, fell in love?
Yeah, I came here, fell in love. I didn't even try anything else.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's
I've
awesome.
heard about, like, the Jungle, the Combat Club, I think it's called.
Yeah, I mean, they're all great gyms too, by the way. I mean, like, they're, you know.
What was your first day like here when you walked in? What happened?
First day?
Yeah. When you said you walked in, you fell in love with this place. What happened on that first day?
First day, I was super nervous. I did the no-gi.
You walked in like, I'm going to try out a class. I want to do no-gi.
Yeah, they gave me... Are they still doing it here? Like a week free?
I think so, something like that.
Actually, like 3 days free now.
3 days, yeah.
But something like, I mean, something along a trial period, right?
Yeah, it was the no-gi class, and
who was teaching?
I think at the time it was Matt Ferriola.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, full circle.
Yeah, Matt Ferriola. Yeah. And
were they wearing the rank shirts at this time still, or no?
No.
This was here.
Yeah, here, yeah.
So they weren't.
Yeah, Matt Ferriola was teaching the no-gi, and then it was badass. Like,
So you just hooked?
Yeah, I was like,
Nice.
yeah, like, let's do this. Like, sign me up. And Paul was, of course, super freaking nice. Like, you know.
Was Paul there?
Yeah, he was.
So early on, did you start training? What did you start training right away? Was it jiu-jitsu? Was it like no-gi, Muay Thai, MMA, or did you start with?
I did no-gi, and then from no-gi, I started seeing, like, the Muay Thai. Did the Muay Thai, and then, like I said, 3 months, I kept seeing the gis and stuff.
The pajamas.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Tommy, because he was selling the Origin gis.
The Origin gis, yeah.
It might have been a Warrior gi that you bought, right?
I can't remember. Might have been.
I think I remember this because I remember gripping your gi. I'm like, what is this fucking karate gi you're wearing? It was like so thin. It's like their
Yeah, I know which one.
it's like their entry level like gi.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I was like, yeah. I mean, I want a gi. What size do I wear? You know, Tommy hooked me up.
And did you? I mean, so
You jumped in with an origin gi right away.
Yeah.
no,
Damn, bro.
But it's their like entry level gi. Like it was like
Still.
no, for real.
You can get
But-
two Sanables for the price of one of
That's
those.
true. Yeah. Do you? And you're still at it too, which is
Yeah.
like, did you not? Were you weren't like, fuck this sucks. Like this is.
No, it blew my mind. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like you could choke somebody out with, you know,
With the lapel.
yeah, lapel, like grab sleeves and stuff. So I pictured myself like in a street fight or something. Like I think gi would definitely work in a street fight, and some people could argue that. Some people don't believe gi, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
but
man, John Wick.
Yeah,
I mean, John Wick,
you know,
he's
like,
doing
I'm just
judo
like, this is
throws and stuff with the suit.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I just like to this day, like I mean, I still get. I'm like, holy shit, this
Yeah,
is
you
crazy.
still. I mean, and you've latched onto it, and you're purple. You might be one of the fastest purple belts.
I know. When did you start training the gi? What year?
2015. Yeah,
That's when you started the gi?
No, 16, I believe.
No, you've been here for because I met you early on. No, that's 16 because Connor was born 17.
Yeah,
So that's about right. Okay,
yeah,
so
16.
Wow. Okay, so you've been at it for a while, but either way, you're still a very fast track purple belt.
Yeah.
Did you? How long before joining did you have your first MMA fight?
6 months, 7 months? Yeah, Paul came up to me. He's like, "I think you're ready for a fight." I was like, "What?"
Really?
Yeah.
So he approached you about it.
yeah.
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
he was like, "I think
"What
you're
was
ready for a
what was
fight."
that process? Getting ready for that then, like from your first fight versus now."
You're talking like training wise, or
Yeah, training wise, like your
Yeah.
mentality about it. Or I mean, obviously you're a lot more experienced about it now. Like, do you approach it more now, like as a professional versus a hobby?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely. Man, I was terrified the first fight. I was so terrified. I was fighting this guy from Georgia, which I think was a setup. I think the promoter was trying to set me up for me to lose because this guy had fights in Georgia without like the gear and stuff. Because I looked him up on YouTube, and he was fighting like these guys in like a cage and stuff. And he apparently was 0-0, you know, debut guy. But
wait, he was 0-0, but he had a
yeah,
you
it
had
was
seen-
weird. Yeah,
He was on YouTube fighting.
He was on YouTube fighting. I was terrified. I was like, holy cow, this guy's gonna knock me out.
So you don't strike me as a person who ever experienced this fear, but
Oh
you're
man, dude, I'm terrified of everything.
really like because like you're.
I remember he was fucking sweating bullets when he went and did that money gi tournament. When
Oh
you-
yeah, terrified, dude.
Oh, was
It's
it the
like-
one at Cogito?
Yeah.
You won it, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's awesome.
And then he spent it all on picklebacks.
Yeah, I did.
you just bought drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. But
So you had your first fight. You looked him up. How you won?
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah.
You cut him with, I imagine, a guillotine or Kimura.
North South choke.
Oh, South Shore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Very wrestler of you. After
Yeah,
7 months of training.
Yeah. It was weird because like I was doing Muay Thai. I was like, man, we're gonna. But obviously, I reverted right back to what I know, and I was grappling. He threw a leg kick. I caught it. I took him down, and then just like that, it was over. Like,
You had expressed to Paul that you had an interest in doing MMA before he approached you about the fight.
yeah.
So
yeah,
he knew that this
No,
was something you
he
wanted-
knew I wanted to fight.
So then he just came to you and said,
Yeah, he's like,
you're
yeah, I
ready,"
think-
and
yeah.
you're like, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
really?"
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like,
Cool,
you should
man.
take it. I was like, okay, let's do
I
it.
was there. I was in your corner actually for your second fight or your third fight. I think it was.
Third fight.
It might have been your third fight. It was.
Was
Or
that
second.
the record fast guillotine?
No, I was there for your second fight then.
Okay. Yeah.
Where you. I forgot how you won. Actually, man, it all goes back in a blur.
Oh, guillotine.
It was a guillotine.
Guillotine, yeah.
But
Second round.
There was at one point where I was like terrified because I thought you got knocked out, but you just gutted through it, man.
Yeah.
And like it was incredible. I have to ask your mentality on, like, because you won via guillotine, and I remember actually you in the back room, everyone to go congratulate you, and you were just
Puking, I think.
puking. Yes, you remember that. Okay, and like, so how much of training becomes instinct at that point? Like, you obviously you were well prepared because you were able to get through that.
Yeah.
And gut through it and finish with the guillotine despite being very near.
Yeah.
Yeah, very getting hurt. You know.
Yeah,
Did you get a concussion off of that one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, because I hit my head when I was trying to like do a throw.
Right. Yeah.
So and I was like, oh, like I felt dizzy when I got up. I saw double. Like I'll never forget.
Did you
that.
really? Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, holy cow! Like I literally saw two guys.
Really?
Yeah.
So what brings you? I mean, it's probably hard to remember because you're in the moment at the time. Like, in a situation like that, what is your mindset?
Yeah. I remember like seeing double and he punched me. I think that was like the first time I got punched in a fight, like MMA fight. I was like, oh, that hurt. Like I don't want to get hit anymore. Like, you know. Yeah. I was like, oh shit. But no, I remember like push through. I kept telling myself like suck it up, like, you know, don't just like get it together. Like, and that's literally all I remember. Because I was like, fuck, like I don't want to lose in front of my friends and family. It's like, I don't know.
How much, in your opinion, has it helped you when you've had fights with Paul in your corner?
I mean, it just goes to show he wasn't able to make it on my last fight, and I lost. Yeah.
Is that so? Just to speak of your loss.
Yep.
How did you lose?
I lost. He ended up taking my back.
Okay.
Yeah.
In what round?
The second round.
Second round.
Yeah. Thought I had him in the first. I thought I knocked him out in the first, and he was out. I don't even know. I thought they were gonna call it.
Oh, really? So
yeah. He was out in the first, but he pushed through, and he ended up taking my back, and he choked me out. Actually.
Okay.
Yep.
So in between round 1 and 2, in your experience now with Paul, and over the course of 4 fights, the one that you said you lost, without him in your corner, what was missing?
Sheesh, I don't even really remember.
Is it? I'm curious, just because like how much of it is the peace of mind that this has been the guy who's been with you through the struggle to get to that point.
Yeah.
And how much of it is actually what's being spoken to you at that very moment.
Yeah, it was.
These are super rhetorical questions. I don't expect that.
No, yeah. I just like, I don't know. It's like a mental thing. I don't know, you know. Like,
I just feel like
because even when he wasn't there for my grappling match, there's some miscommunication on that one. He thought I wasn't gonna grapple on the Kasai card.
Yeah.
Last year, I think it was July.
That's right.
Oh my God! Yeah, you did do that.
Yeah.
You were on a Kasai card here in Orlando. They couldn't find you the purple belt.
Dude,
came in
like,
heavy.
Yeah.
He came in heavy, so he had to go with the brown belt.
Excessively heavy. Right?
Yeah, he was like 10 pounds over. I was so embarrassed. Like, you know, like it was pretty legit. Like I went there. I fucking saw Dylan Dennis, like Craig Jones.
Kasai is one of the biggest shows in the like
I saw fucking Craig Jones, Kenny Florin. Like I was like shocked. Like I was like, oh shit, like I'm in the same room with these guys. But yeah, like Paul wasn't able to make it. Some miscommunication happened, but the guy came overweight. So then the promoter, like, you know, tried to find like a last minute guy for me, which I ended up getting like a Brazilian brown belt, who 2 weeks later he got his black belt. So yeah.
They should have thrown it like to him on the podium, like after your fight, like hey, and throw him the black belt, like a podium promotion.
Yeah, I found out he got his black belt like 2 weeks after that Kasai thing.
I feel like the thing with Paul, and I might be wrong, but I think there is a factor of, I think so many people, especially the people that train and compete under Paul, have so much respect for him as a fighter and as a coach that it's just kind of
one of these bad boys.
It's reassuring.
Yes.
7.4, buddy.
Yeah.
It's super reassuring to have a guy like him in your corner. It's just like, oh, my corner, I know my corner beats your corner. You know how silly it is, like, oh, my dad beats up your dad?
Yeah.
I feel like in a kind of fucked up way, it's like you're in a combat night or in these things, you're like, my coach has got your coach. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's just a confidence there.
But that's the thing too. Like, and this is, I know I don't want to put words into Paul's mouth, but his
Do it.
but I'm certain his understanding of things is on the day of, like, it's solely you, right?
Yeah.
And then like, if you know, if you've done the work beforehand, which I know you have, then you shouldn't have to feel that you need Paul in your corner.
Yeah.
You know, which is, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I guess I'm putting words in his mouth, so I'll just go do it. But so you say, it's interesting to me because, like, you've been literally on the battlefront, and do you feel the same sense of anxiety and fear and apprehension that you do getting ready for, at this point, a professional grappling match and a professional fight?
Yeah.
Do you feel the same level, or are you just like, fuck, I've been through all this other stuff, this is nothing, like,
Yeah.
I've got this?
Yeah, I think that varies from people to people, but like I try to convince myself. I'll try to be like, dude, like, come on, man, like
You've been shot at,
yeah,
right? Like,
I've been running from
people
machine gun.
literally trying to kill you.
Yeah, like I've been, running from like machine gun fire and, trying to take cover and stuff, and then, but like, it's weird because I actually talked to someone one time. I don't know if it's like that feeling, that adrenaline that like has me like kind of like addicted to it, because every time like I'm like either getting ready to fight or preparing, like I feel like I have spurts of like adrenaline going through my body, and like is that your zen sort of, like?
I
think so, yeah.
Like that's your like, not your calm, but you're like, I'm not thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yep.
This is the only thing I gotta worry about.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know if that's a good thing, but like, yeah.
Dude, try skiing. Skiing.
I've always wanted to try
dude,
skiing.
because like you can go fast enough where like adrenaline starts kicking in, and you're like, shit, I need to survive here. You know what I mean? So I get that, man.
Yeah,
especially if you've been doing that before and you get that with fighting. What do you have any aspirations as a fighter? Because you're in school too.
Yeah.
And pursuing criminal justice. So
Yeah, I got like 3 semesters left. I took a year off.
is this something you do because you love doing it? Is this something that you want to ultimately try and go to Bellator or the UFC? Like,
Yeah, that's one of my goals, to Bellator or UFC.
so you do want to try and make
Yeah.
it as a professional fighter
Yeah.
first before this other. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
And I'm grateful enough to be on Combate, like,
Oh yeah.
for my first pro fight.
That's
I'm like,
incredible.
shit.
Right? That's a world level. Like,
Yeah,
this is okay. I have to. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have to make sure to watch
Yeah.
Pluto because there's literally an MMA station.
Yeah.
That's
It's going to
devoted
be on that app to Dasan, or what is it?
DAZ.
DAZN,
Yeah.
DAZN or
DAZN.
something. Yeah. Where is the event being held?
Here in Orlando.
Really?
Yes,
Okay. First off, do you speak Spanish?
I do, fluently, yes.
Are they going to interview you
Yeah,
in Spanish? Like,
I
so
think-
you have to play the part now.
Yeah, I think, and
So you're practicing. You got your coffee here. You're gonna look like. ¿Cómo estamos, amigos? Aquí estamos en Orlando con Eli Ramirez.
Paul had asked us, like, hey, do you speak fluent Spanish? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, Combate, they're looking for fluent
Yeah.
Spanish speakers and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm all about it. Like,
Are you a fluent Spanish speaker?
Yes,
like,
sir, yeah.
So you're not like me. Like I kind of speak Vietnamese because like it's actually my first language.
Right.
But like I don't speak Vietnamese. I can order food, but you can
Yeah.
conversationally.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
okay.
my mom actually doesn't know any English.
Really?
Yeah. Actually,
Gee.
my first language was Spanish.
Is it really? Oh wow. I mean Arizona, right? Like
Yeah.
that's right there.
Yeah.
So what do you I mean like it's your first fight, 155.
Yeah.
You win your fight. You might develop an awesome career with Combate. Do you?
Yeah, I
mean,
hope
like,
so.
Let the brown
Yeah,
pride,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
like,
I hope so. Like, I heard they pay pretty good. Like, once you get more fights into them, but one fight at a time. Like
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Man. Is that what I mean?
What's the venue here in Orlando?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Are you going to be pimping tickets at some point?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to be selling tickets at some point?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
Okay. When are you gonna get those? Because we need to put together a Eli cheering crew.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, isn't Bryant also fighting on that
Yeah,
card?
he's gonna be on the card too.
Bryant is?
Yes.
Pinezzo.
Spanish?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Rico.
Rico,
is going to be
yeah.
on.
Oh, so we definitely got to have an ATTO cheering crew.
I'm gonna be fucking stressed out, man.
Why? Why would you be stressed out for cheering?
No, because watching is almost more stressful. Because
Yeah, that's
you're
true, that's
just
true, yeah,
watching
yeah.
there and you know the person, you're like, holy shit, that's crazy.
So you developed a lot of brotherhood, like true brotherhood. Troy, how did you develop your relationship with Troy? Because he's
Troy.
one of the most charismatic people.
Yeah.
Gregarious.
Come on. Well, yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to. Is gregarious, you using it as a term of endearment or. Okay, all right. But he's one of the most welcoming, cheerful, uplifting people
Yeah.
I've ever met.
Yeah.
I mean, you befriended him here. I mean,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
Troy
yeah.
by way of.
And also
I met
louder
Troy-
than
I
me,
met
which
Troy
is
through,
amazing. He's like louder than me. Like he'll come and be like, "Shit, son," you know what I mean? Like,
with that, you met him here, and
Yeah.
and actually he's your roommate. So
Yeah.
tell us about that.
Yeah.
former
Met him
roommate.
here.
Oh, that's right, former roommate.
We just clicked. He invited me downtown, and the rest was history. I mean,
Where did you meet? You met here.
yeah, we met here on that mat.
So what belts were you? This adds. To
I was
the
a
whole-
white belt,
and he was
a blue belt,
a blue belt.
a blue belt. Yeah.
So just a quick thing, we'll have to have Troy in at some point.
yeah, you guys definitely have to have Troy.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Troy is one of the most amazing people I've
Yeah.
ever met, and
Yes.
one of the most uplifting by far.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
dude, that guy. You want to talk about genuine people who just wants
Yes.
to lift everybody up? Troy is that guy.
Yep.
I met Troy by way of he was a student at Longwood. I was teaching at Winter Springs, and he took my Muay Thai class on a Saturday, and came in completely hungover. And I run a hard Muay Thai class.
Yeah.
And I must have made him puke 3 times in class. And it was from that point on, like, me and Troy were boys.
Yeah.
And that was like 5 years ago. So that's a close relationship you developed over
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. Paul, you know, your mentor mentee type of relationship with Paul.
That's what I'm saying. Like the gym is just like I met Troy. Like I met a lot of people through here. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's so incredible, man. Like, you're gonna develop a career off of it too. Like, this is great. Like, at what point? I mean, just thinking back to, I don't know what year it was, but when you saw The Ultimate Fighter, how old were you then?
I was in high school. I think I was like either a sophomore or a junior. So I probably like 15, 16 maybe.
15 or 16, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And did you at that point were you like, I want to be a fighter, or were you
Yeah,
like, I want to be the champ?
I think a fighter. Like
Okay.
I saw Diaz. I was like,
You don't strike me as a person who was getting into a lot of like scraps in like your younger days, because you're so. I mean, I don't know how much maturing you've done,
Yeah.
but like you're kind. You're genuinely kind. You're genuinely genuine. You don't strike me as a particularly like confrontational person.
No, I hate confrontation. Oh God, yeah. Like, it would take something to really, really bother me for me to even like say something to anybody.
So what bit you and made you want to be a fighter though? Because that's the ultimate form of confrontation, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, like because like I always tell myself, like, and I say it a lot, but like I identify myself as a martial artist. I'll never refer to myself as a fighter because I'm not a fighter, you know. Despite having been
You're
in
definitely
fights.
one of the OGs though here in Orlando.
No, I mean,
You know what
no,
I'm saying?
please
Like,
don't say that.
You're a real.
I'm like second
You're a real
gen.
martial artist. Come on, Chris.
OG Chris.
No, OG second gen. I mean, like, Paul's OG. I'm like one level below him.
But yeah,
You're
I mean,
also
but
super
still, I
red
mean,
in the
you've
face
been
now.
Yeah, I know. This is like, that was a 6%. This is a 6.5%. I think it is. So, I haven't eaten since 7:00 yesterday. Yeah. But and thank you for that. And this is the thing I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
like,
mad respect. I remember training with you Muay Thai.
I
was like,
did I
damn,
kick the shit out of your leg?
Yeah,
I apologize.
No,
for that.
no. I was like, damn, man, this guy's fucking good.
Back in my Muay Thai days, yeah. So, but you don't strike me as a confrontational person. So, like, what gave you that drive to be a fighter? Like, is that something that are you the youngest of your?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were the one beating up your younger siblings.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that drive, it comes from like I said, I used to get picked on, you know, like growing up, like bad. You know? Yeah.
You don't strike me as a person who gets picked on though. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean,
is that because of a confidence that you develop by way of wrestling, by way of Marine Corps, by way of jiu-jitsu and kickboxing now?
Yeah, I mean, I was like 98 pounds, like in middle school.
Were you really?
Tiny, bucktooth, like getting picked on, last pick for everything. Like,
oh wow.
But
maybe there is something broken in all of us because I was like the little fat kid. Like
yeah,
I was the fat kid. Oh god, like I'll get into that another day.
But I was terrified, like growing up, like you don't want to walk that hallway because so and so's there, so you take the long route. And I think wrestling started giving some kind of confidence. Like I'm like, okay, I was pretty good at wrestling.
Well, Arizona, like ASU is a
they're
legit wrestling
yeah,
school,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
because like Ryan Bader came out of there,
Yeah,
like all these like
Yeah.
UFC, the Fight Lab is out of there, out of Arizona, right?
Yep.
So like that has the, and you started in middle school, so like by high school, I'd imagine you were the man?
I was
Well, especially in St. Augustine, like you said.
Yeah,
Like you're kind of a big fish in a small pond kind of deal.
Yeah, when I went to St. Augustine, they don't have a really good wrestling program.
And you'd had more experience than most people. Because they don't do wrestling in middle school like they do out in Arizona, like you said.
Right. So, I almost broke the record at my school for making it in the States my freshman year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was one match away. Ended up not making it, but I remember because we had the other superstar on our team was a heavyweight. I remember he's like he was like, damn, bro. He's like, I was scared you were gonna make it to the States and take my spotlight. Like, I was like, what?
So like you're a brotherhood guy, which is awesome because like we love having you as a part of us. Yep. Do you still keep in contact with your wrestling brothers?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Devin DeMello. Yeah. He's
That's
one of
awesome.
my good friends on the wrestling team.
When you started doing grappling here, so no gi grappling and then eventually gi jiu-jitsu, what was that first year like coming from the wrestling background? How did your roles fare? How was the transition for you? What do you remember from those early times?
I was really more like I don't know. Even now, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but hold somebody down, Like it's weird.
You're definitely known for being funky and unorthodox.
Yeah,
okay, you're the first person to ever pass my guard, which I'm not a lot of people do.
Yeah, you're
by literally diving over me, diving guillotine to completely bypass my legs.
And you're like, what the fuck's going on?
And I was like, ah! And you scrambled because you're probably the most tenacious grappler I've ever grappled. And then so that had to be a major frustration for you early on, right?
Oh,
like just
man.
the friction of the gi.
Yeah, especially when somebody's grabbing something, I'm like, what? Like, what's going on here?
It seems cheap, right? Like,
yeah,
you're
it's
cheating.
Like, dude, let go of this. Like, why are you holding this grip? Like, yeah, but yeah, and it's pretty annoying.
Did you find that you were doing okay early on, or were you like on the bottom being smashed a lot?
Eli's he's not on the bottom.
Well, I don't know.
It was just it was weird because jiu-jitsu's you can do stuff off your back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as a wrestler, you never want to be on your back.
Sure.
And I wouldn't even consider myself a wrestler anymore. I'm I would just say I'm a grappler. I was doing the club. UCF has a wrestling club, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
Tom Lawler comes out of there too.
Yeah. So I did that and strictly wrestling. I just want to do shit off my back. It's weird. I don't know. Doing jiu-jitsu for so long now.
Is it liberating? Is it more fun to do jiu-jitsu versus wrestling now that you've had experienced both?
Yes, I think jiu-jitsu is way more fun. Like I said, I was wrestling practice 2 weeks ago, and someone got me on the back, and I'm trying to get their neck, and I'm already pinned. Trying to do funky stuff. I'm just like, damn, this sucks. Like, I don't want to wrestle anymore.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So that's interesting that you've not given it up, but it's just not an interest for you.
Yeah,
anymore.
no, it wasn't. And it's so weird too because, like, I'm right-handed. In wrestling, you want to stand on your dominant leg,
Yeah.
right? You know, but since training here, my wrestling stance is now like this because I fight like this. You know what I'm saying?
You fight orthodox and you punch orthodox. So you want to shoot off the same leg.
Yeah, dude.
You don't want to switch your stance.
It's weird. Like now, my wrestling's funky because I don't feel comfortable leading with my right
So
leg.
you lead with your left now?
Yeah.
Really?
It's so weird.
Which is what I do. So I
It's
don't.
so
I
weird.
never wrestled, but I also know I'm right hand dominant, and I was thinking from a fight perspective, if I'm boxing, not that I've trained
It's so
boxing or
weird.
Muay Thai, I would be left foot leading. But Victor, who wrestled, he's right foot leading, and when
Exactly.
Bubba did his seminar here, who
Yeah.
all American
weird.
from West Virginia, he's like, if you're right hand dominant, you lead with your right leg.
Yeah.
So
That's what you're supposed to do. Like, there's very few wrestlers that, lead
That
with
lead
their,
with their other-
They're actually left-handed.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you mentioned that because in my jiu-jitsu experience and my Muay Thai experience, I started by doing jiu-jitsu first.
Right.
So, like, I was shooting with my right leg because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Right.
But with Muay Thai and then later on MMA experience, I started now I can't shoot off my right
Yeah.
leg. I only shoot off my left. So which is
weird.
like unique, right? Like it's
Yeah.
did you
But like GSP shoots off his left, right?
No, because GSP tends to I have to watch. But he generally doesn't he blasts doubles, but then he hits a knee tap off of that. Which is off of his left. You're right.
Okay. Just to make that all consistent, and that's what I find so cool about MMA is when you blend everything together. Now suddenly, you want to be able to do multiple techniques from the same position, so you don't know you're not giving away tells. You're not forecasting what you're doing to
Yeah.
your opponent. It's like, okay, I could punch you, I could kick you, I could also, do a shot. So
What do you identify as most right now?
I'm sorry.
What do you identify with being as most in terms of like
Like
a
style.
martial artist, right? Like because most people
if Bruce Buffer were to introduce you, a blank fighter out of Orlando, Florida.
I'll definitely have to say like a grappler. Like I'm just,
Okay.
definitely not a wrestler anymore.
Not really.
Yeah. I forgot how tough wrestling is, and I was getting like destroyed over by UCF by some of these guys. I was like, holy shit.
But it's a different skill set.
Right,
I mean, like,
right,
yeah,
right,
it's
right.
different.
Yeah.
Like, to
And
me,
different rule set.
It's almost apples and oranges, to be honest. Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess like maybe if I trained straight wrestling for 3 months, maybe I
you
could
would
get
get
it
back
back
into it. I mean,
or
like
something,
that.
But everything was just so funky to me because, the coach is teaching how to shoot, but from your right side, and everybody's right-handed.
Right.
And I'm over here like, shit, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing anymore. Like, if I'm shooting from this leg, it's weird to like.
shouldn't that give you an advantage then? Because
Yeah.
people aren't used
Yes.
to grappling against.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So like being at a part of the gym, which you're a mainstay, like you're a pillar of the gym.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy who we're gonna rally around. Like I'm gonna do my best to get everybody there for your fight.
That'll be awesome.
What do you like? You're a pillar. You're a personality. You're a guy that everybody can rally around, and you're just a genuinely nice person.
Appreciate that.
I completely lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna say I'm drunk on air, but I might be a little drunk on air.
You're visibly red, but they can't see that. That's the funny thing.
Am I as red as that can right there? I might be.
Yo, this is great. How long have you guys been doing this for? This is awesome. Whose idea was this?
So this is you. We've recorded 24 episodes. You're number 24 in terms of recorded, and we release one every Saturday at around noon, and it's been a great experience because you can identify this. It's like you and I will have like the occasional conversation. We'll crack jokes to one another.
Yeah.
We kind of know each other, but we've never sat down and had like
Right.
an extended
Yeah.
conversation. So that's kind of the way Chris and I have kind of viewed it. It's been an excuse for us to sit down and actually
get to know
people.
Like you and I have had a beer, but like
Yeah.
at Buffalo Wild Wings,
Right,
like, during
right,
the
yeah.
UFC,
Yeah.
right? Like, but we've never had a chance to actually sit and talk as
Yeah.
people, right? So just a quick origin of BJJ, like literally the term BJJ and Brews is like 3 years ago. Troy got in on it too. Is Paul got a 6-pack of beer and was like, he posted a picture of it and was like, anybody who can tap me out gets the 6-pack.
Right.
If you don't tap me on a Friday night, then we all share it together.
Okay.
So I saw that. I'm like, oh, I can't train on Friday nights. I went up to him. I'm like, okay, I'm bringing a 12-pack of beer on Saturday.
Right.
Anybody who can come and tap me
Yeah.
on Saturday gets the 12-pack. Otherwise, we all share it.
Right.
So from there, it became this culture. Are we alcoholics?
We enjoy a good beer after.
We enjoy a good beer, right?
Yeah.
Like we enjoy the company of one another. After that, it became this sort of thing where Troy got in on it. He's like, hey, I'm a purple belt now, or the case is, I've got my 6-pack. Who's coming after me?
Yeah.
And then like it became this thing of just, it's because Saturday is kind of like my day not away from my family, but like it's my time. You know, it became
Right.
a thing of like, I'll bring a 6-pack after training, and then we all train and we have a beer afterwards. And then Noah and I got together, and BJ and Brews just became a thing of, because we got in a conversation and we decided to start recording it. And we all share experiences on the mat. And we all share experiences that are sort of like Jiu-Jitsu and MMA related, like at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Those are sort of these get-togethers. But we don't really have the experience to share our stories with one another.
Right.
And that's I think that's the biggest takeaway from our podcast here is like, you know, like everybody's got a story, everybody has motivations, everybody has something to share with each other that we can all learn from, and it's just an awesome opportunity to learn more about you and to become a better friend,
Right.
a more true brother, if you want to
Yeah.
call it that, like by having you just share your story with us, you know.
Yeah. This is awesome. Like I was showing my buddy Doug, tactical brewing guy, and I
Did you do jiu-jitsu?
no, he doesn't.
Get
But
in here.
I will get him in here.
Yeah, we need to shame him
Yeah.
right now for not being here.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost asked you if I could bring him.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Why?
Yeah.
You should have.
Yeah. He's it's real cool.
Because
But
he
yeah.
knows Freddie too, right? Like, I want to say he's.
Possibly.
Well, you've been in their ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Oh, you're like modeling their shirts and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
It was like you were. What was the most recent one? You were modeling like some sort of like race. It was like I remember you seeing you wear the shortest of shorts.
Oh, the Silkies. Yeah.
like-
It's like a
How do you know him?
Doug.
Yeah, the owner of Tactical Brewing.
I met him. I think 15 or 16 at You guys ever been to the Social House in Waterford?
yeah.
yeah.
It's different now, right? It's called something else now, isn't it?
I don't.
The Social House in
yeah.
Waterford. Okay,
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, I met him in there, and he was wearing like one of those grunt style shirts.
Yeah, Grunt Style. Is that a?
That's like a t-shirt.
It's
company.
not a jiu-jitsu brand. It's a military.
Yeah, military. Brand.
Okay, all
yeah.
right.
But
I thought I want to support it, so I want to buy it. But like, I don't want to be the guy who's accused of being.
oh no, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like-
that brand's for everything. I think it's sponsored by the Contender.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. They always
Okay.
have like grunt style. I'm not sure if haven't seen them recently, but
Is that you? That is you. Oh my god.
yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
So let me ask you then. I've been not accused of, but being identified as a military person because
Yeah.
like I don't own luggage.
Yeah.
All my luggage that I use for traveling is tactical backpacks because they're
Yeah.
super
Oh, yeah.
fucking functional.
Yeah, they're the best
Like you can
things,
pack
yeah.
everything in it, right?
Yeah.
And like I've actually since then, because anytime I'm at an airport or I'm traveling, people are like, "Oh, please come
Yeah,
to the front of the
yeah,
line."
yeah.
Like, please,
Yeah.
thank you for your service. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I have to cut them off because it's like, because not that I have the look, but like
Right.
I'm more athletic than average
Right, yeah,
American.
yeah.
And like my ears are all fucked up and stuff.
Yeah.
And like people generally identify me, and I tend to use yes ma'am and yes sir, and
Yeah.
just being polite to people.
course, yeah.
As military, and like I have to like cut them off, and like because I don't ever want to like
Yeah.
that's an insult to you guys, right? So like,
You didn't board a plane early because they said
I've been offered that so many times, and I won't, because like it's just that's the most douchebag thing you could ever do is fake being military. But like I've literally since then bought different luggage because like I don't want to ever be accused of being not accused of, but being identified as being military again.
Nah, those bags are the best. They really are. Those bags are the best.
They're the best, right? They're literally you can fit so much, and like there's so many pockets and so much space, and like it fits well, and like it fits under your bag or under the seat when you're traveling too. So like, but I've literally had to buy it because like I don't want to be identified as military because I haven't earned that right. Sorry,
but you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
So I need to find a jiu-jitsu bag.
Jiu-jitsu tactical.
Some sort of maybe just put. It's funny because like I bought a specific diaper bag for my kid because I literally couldn't fit into Stacy's diaper bag that she bought for herself. Yeah. For my son just to have all stuff, and it says like active duty, like DODIE. Yeah. And people are still like, I'm like, it's just my diaper bag, man. My kid, it's literally just
of all things like in there, they're like they're diapers, guys. It's just diapers.
Yeah, it's literally like I'm not military. I'm not trying to pose as a military like. But is it okay if I wear a grunt style shirt?
Of course, yeah.
It is okay. Yeah. All right, I want your approval.
Yeah,
That's
grunt style. Yeah, they're.
Eli, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Spare time.
Like, do you have any hobbies? You a video game guy?
I've been wanting to get like an Xbox for the longest, but
you might as well just wait till the next gen, right? Like, isn't that coming out soon?
Yeah,
probably.
I thought it already came out. No,
I don't know. I know Xbox 360 and then one, and then like. The one after the one is coming up. Yeah, I think.
Have you seen it? It's like a big box.
I have no idea. I don't game, so I don't. Oh, okay. All my coworkers game. They all do the Fortnite. So.
Oh, really? Are your coworkers younger than you?
No, they're. I mean, like. They're like in between Eli's age and my age.
Okay.
I feel like Fortnite is like a 15-year-old game. Like it's all 15-year-olds play that game.
All I know is I've watched them try to do it, or I've watched them do it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. They're building shit.
I know. They're like shooting, and they're wearing all these weird costumes.
If you're really good, you can make some money off of it.
Oh yeah, man! You could be ninja. You could be making 6 figures a month streaming and stuff.
But that's the 2% though, right? So what do you?
That's what Armand's doing. He wants to be YouTube famous.
Yes, he is. I mean, like he did hit pads on the day of UFC 246. Right?
Getting ready for UFC 246 with Armand. Shout out to Armand.
Like, who can also kick my ass, by the way. So, so what do you do? I mean, like on your free time when you're out of school.
On my free time,
like you have a dog, right?
I do. Nala, yes.
Yeah, so you hang with your dog.
Yeah, that's a beautiful German Shepherd. But honestly, I love to go to the beach. I mean, like I'm always out, like, and I feel like I'm always just like working out. I hate to say that, but like even like on my free time, like I'll get up and I run like 2-3 miles. Like,
what?
Yeah.
For recreation?
Yeah, I'll just run, and then like during the night, like I'll go out, downtown. I got a couple buddies that work bars and
nice.
Own a couple bars, so I'll just go hang out with them.
A couple bars?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll just
shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Why not, right? Like, yeah. We'll get some more sponsors.
Swigs and Stagger in. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Did you have you traveled much? That's something I've never. That's a weird one, but I'm kind of curious.
When I was in the Marine Corps, I
outside of the Marine Corps as a civilian.
I mean Mexico, but does that count?
I mean, is that your heritage?
I'm half Mexican, half Puerto Rican, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, everyone loves you here. Then this is like.
Yeah, like this is like.
Yeah, that's like a weird combo. What's up, bro? Yeah, it's a weird combo. It's like.
Do you still have family in Arizona?
I do, yeah. My mom, my siblings.
Okay. Out of how many? How many? You're one of.
Oh, sheesh.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have I think I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have any of them watched you fight yet?
Yeah.
You had a whole crew the fight that I was there for you.
Yeah.
How is that on your family? Like to watch you fight? How do they handle it?
It.
Hates it?
Yeah, mom hates that I fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, like,
I don't know. She said
did she
doesn't
hate?
want it.
She should have hated you going to the military more,
yeah, she
right?
hated
Like
that too. Yeah, but nah, she doesn't want to see me get hurt. She hates like the weight cuts because I mean I've been cutting weight since like middle school with wrestling and stuff.
I would imagine
So,
that's
yeah. So that's the only part she hates. She'll see like a picture like day of weigh-ins or something, and I'm like sucked in. She's like, "Oh my god, you look horrible! Like what? Go eat, go drink some water or something."
You're like,
"Mom,
I will.
Yeah, I will.
Like-
This is part of the game.
You're like, I'm sucking on an ice cube right now. It's okay.
So of the three things that you've done, combat sports wise, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA. Obviously, like all three of them have different takeaways, right? Like that
Yeah.
have become a part of you now.
Yeah.
What is MMA wise? Because that seems to be the one that you're really going to pursue.
Yeah.
What has been the hardest thing about transitioning from jiu-jitsu, wrestling, blah, blah, to MMA? Like in terms of like whether it's whatever aspect, whether it's just the training schedule, whether it's the weight cutting, whether it's the having to find time to balance, striking with grappling with full-on MMA.
Yeah.
Like, what has been the biggest challenge for you so far, especially being in school of all
Yeah.
things?
Definitely have to say like the weight cutting is one that's like been hard on me.
Is that because you're older now, so you're bigger and it's harder to cut down? you know?
Like no excuses.
What
like,
made you decide on 55 as a weight class?
honestly, that was Paul's call for 155. But yeah, like no excuses. Like the last fight, I had like one of the worst weight cuts of my life.
Was it okay? So like you said, one of the worst. Was it because you tried to cut too much too fast at a shorter period of time, or what was?
Way too much. I think with Andre, we were at 24-hour fitness. I was going in and out the hot tub into the sauna.
Out of the hot tub into the sauna?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was miserable. Like I was like, holy shit! Like if I pass out, this is gonna be embarrassing. Like
When you cut weight with Paul in your previous fights, how did you do that? Were you on your own? Was he with you with it? Like how did that go?
he guided me. He got me into the whole thing of water loading.
So were you dieting? So have you cut weight differently every time so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I messed up like the last fight. Like it was just.
We need to get Mike Dolce in here. Mike Dolce, get this guy 155.
But
I mean, look at fucking Aldo when he last fought. Everyone thought he looked like death, but then he said he felt great and he looked great in his last fight.
How strict are you with nutrition? Just like off season when you're not training for a fight? Just out of curiosity. Not to incriminate you, to like honest question.
No.
Like,
I mean, sheesh. I try to eat clean, but I love hot Cheetos and tacos and stuff. So like it's fucking hard.
hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
They're very good, by the way. So I will have to, me being a wannabe foodie, we'll have to introduce you to a place over on my side of town where I work that has popcorn chicken topped with hot Cheetos.
No way.
And cojito cheese.
Are you serious?
It's delicious.
We went to this fucking fair and shit. They had this thing called walking tacos.
Yeah.
It was a Dorito bag, and they pour like cream cheese and like taco filling in a Dorito bag. Dude, I felt
Sounds
disgusting
amazing.
eating that, dude.
It
It
was
was great.
disgusting?
No, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
But I felt gross. I
Yeah.
felt like my cholesterol was just
Did you eat that with like a spoon?
Yeah, how do you eat that? Like that sounds like, how do you even?
So all the filling is hot, so the Doritos are like melted or so.
Yeah.
So you eat it with a fork.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like cholesterol bombardment, dude.
Talk about ingenuity on that. It's like, I'm just going to take a bag of Doritos and fill it with extra shit.
Mark up the shit out of
And
it.
then
Because it was like $7, man. It was
So I think in general with most ethnic cultures, we have our like guilty pleasure, just make you fat food.
Yep.
You're half Mexican, half Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure, man, when it comes to just comfort? This is going to make me gain 75 pounds. Impossible for my weight cut food.
Yeah. It's the damn hot Cheetos and tacos. Like I smashed 6 tacos yesterday, and it was my cheat day yesterday.
What kind of
Carne
tacos?
asada.
Carne asada.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
What's that?
Where do you go for your tacos?
There's this place called La Fiesta.
I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Fiesta is where's La Fiesta?
It's on Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake.
Downtown.
No.
Like by iDrive?
Crystal Lake and I want to say not Curry.
I kind of want to go there now.
Oh, I've got some
I
places
can't.
for you then.
Yeah.
I've got 2.
What about Jalisco, right around the corner?
Jalisco. I've been there.
You've been in Jalisco.
Yeah.
That's basically like a bodega where you go in.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
I've
like
been there.
Everyone's sitting
Yeah.
in the back and there's a big screen TV.
Okay, so I got to bring you all to El Pueblo. Okay, so I've been introduced. I have a good friend at work who's half Mexican, actually half black.
Yep.
And we got our taco joints, man.
Yeah. I love tacos.
Do you do the lengua tacos?
Yes. I
And
like
cabeza
lengua. Yeah.
tacos?
Yep.
Oh, okay. We got a spot for you then.
Yeah. I love tacos. Like that's.
Is that your that's your
Yeah,
that's your
that's
guilty
my-
pleasure?
yep.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
I've had to bust out like high school Spanish. El Pueblo, right around. It's actually probably about 5-10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Dude, La Fiesta is actually super close to where I live. It's Curry Ford.
Yes,
and
Curry Ford.
Crystal Lake.
Yes.
Which is, oh my God, I go by it every day.
Yeah. It's
It's on that
Fire.
corner. Oh, there's a gas station on the corner.
Yes.
A
The
Greek
Win-
restaurant, I think, and that.
the Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, and there's a Wawa right around there too.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I go
Yeah.
by this all the
It's-
time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
tacos. All right.
Yep. El Pastor.
Like I said, like El Pastor. Okay,
Yeah.
I like an El Pastor.
Yep.
You know, ever since my buddy. So how long have you been in Orlando now? 6 years.
Yeah. Going on 6 years. So 5 years.
A
5 years.
true rite of passage.
I'm looking at the pictures.
Have you ever heard of El Palacio?
El Palacio. No, I don't.
Eli?
Yeah.
So after your weight cut,
Yeah.
we're all gonna make a field trip there.
Let's do it.
It's a. Do you know El Palacio?
I know El Palacio, and I was gonna tell you. Wait, which El Palacio are you talking about?
It's a chain. I mean, a chain of 2. Oh my, Victor, no. Juice place. Come on. Do I look like a juicing type of person? I'm a buffet type of person. First off.
Yeah.
I heard what you're saying. There's a great like natural juice place in Miami. It's called El Palacio.
In Miami. Bro, we're talking about...
Miami.
I mean, I just searched El Palacio. And I thought you were
You guys
talking
ever
about-
been to Don Julio?
Where's
Yeah.
Don?
I like Don Julio.
Don Julio
The
is pretty
ceviche.
fire.
Here's the thing
Yes.
about Don Julio.
They just
There's
started.
not Don Julio.
Some of Don Julio's food I don't like.
Yeah.
But the ceviche is
Yes.
legit.
Está in Altamont Springs. See,
No,
There are a bunch of them. There's one right here that
Yeah.
down
Is it a chain?
Chica.
I know. I'm really bad. But I know I can conjugate my verbs.
God damn it! Get on the mic, man. If you're gonna talk, get on the mic.
It's an iDrive, mother of all the restaurants. It's called Border Grill, and it's like a little tucked in next to all the chain restaurants, and it's just a little. Nobody speaks English. It's great.
No, that's right by my work. That's by Universal.
Yeah, exactly.
Next to Super Cyan. It's good. No, it's super legit too. Like, yeah, I mean, it's very, very, very good. I've eaten there a handful of times. So El Palacio.
I
Eli.
apologize to everyone who's like hearing one side of a conversation because we've got like 4 people and 2 microphones strewn everywhere, so there's a lot of passing.
It's now BJJ and buffets.
Yeah.
But so my reward to you, win or lose, Combate
Yep.
Americas, Americanas.
Yeah.
Okay. El Palacio.
El Palacio.
It's a Latino Chinese buffet.
Oh wow.
What fucking fusion monstrosity is this?
This is the most incredible.
OBT or Lee Road?
There are 2, and they're the same owners. We can go to Lee Road because it's like considerably closer. All I know is I don't know a lot about Latin food other than my experience with tacos, and I think if I'm eating cabeza tacos, that gives me some
Yeah.
cred, right?
Yep.
But
I gotta bring you to this place. No, and I love. It's called Micatos. It's a Colombian place.
Micatos? That's the least Colombian name I've ever heard in my life.
Gatos.
What are you talking about? That means snacks in Colombian.
Oh, does it really? Not Mikado? Because Mikado is a Japanese buffet nearby. But so it's El Palacio. My friend who's Dominican verified the legitimacy of it because they have con on the menu or on the buffet, which con I don't know what it is. It's described to me as like the burnt rice on the bottom of the pot that you make fried rice or steamed rice.
So Mexican infused with Chinese food.
No. It's not infused with. It's Latino and Chinese, so you can get truly the best of both worlds. Because the like 1/8 Chinese of me was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
And then the complete Latino side of Ariel Mercedes, shout out Ariel, was like, this place is so legit. They have con, and they had like chicharrones and all this stuff on the buffet. So that will be my reward to you.
Yeah.
Win or lose, Combate Americas, April 17th.
17th, yeah.
And you know where it's gonna be? You don't know where it's gonna be.
I don't know the venue. I just
Okay.
know they're doing a show out here in Orlando. So
Is this
pretty
their first in
excited.
Orlando? Because it's the
Yeah.
first I've heard of Orlando.
yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do you so after your fight, what's your training schedule gonna look like? You know, like because you're still in school, right? You're in grad
Yeah.
school at this point.
I'm just gonna keep on, like, after this fight. I'm just gonna keep training, like I'm training for another fight. Like I want another one.
Or
Like,
do you? So let's just, out of curiosity, because I hear a lot of stories of. I think it's changing now as the profession of being a professional fighter is. There are a lot more viable options for money.
yeah.
But like the story goes is like a lot of people will always train for a fight for like 12 weeks, let's say.
Yeah.
And then when they're not training for a fight, just completely be off season.
Go full Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, like where you balloon from 170 to 240 or something.
Yeah.
Are you always gonna strive to sort of like be in shape?
Yeah.
Are you to like, hey, this is an opportunity. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
That's
for
awesome.
sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think my diet's like the one thing that I was 190.
What?
Yeah, I was 190 in December. Holy shit. Yeah. Yep.
Did you like put the hurting on people? Were you like top pressure everywhere?
No, I felt like sluggish. Like I was getting even though like I felt horrible. Like I just felt like
So do you feel an ideal weight? Like what's your ideal weight?
I want to be walking around like 170. So
And only basically have to cut 15 pounds
Yeah.
to 55?
yeah, like I woke up 185 today. I was like, ooh, this is not.
Yeah, but
good.
you got, I mean, that's
yeah,
plenty of time to cut.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to be like 170.
Who's handling your diet right now?
Me.
Are you just being more mindful of what
Yeah,
you're doing,
yeah.
basically?
I think, in all honesty, I mean, it's probably gonna be super expensive, but I think I'm gonna hire a nutritionist to like plan.
Which
out
is a
my
huge
meal.
commitment. That's awesome that
Yeah,
you're doing that.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Like I'm really gonna like say, like go.
Well, they're paying you this time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
you can literally afford it. So
Yep.
that's.
So yeah, I'm just gonna let them do what they do and then make me like a menu or whatnot. and
Dolce.
No, he's probably, yeah.
then- So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Do you? You mentioned earlier that you went up to Dylan's for the open mat with.
Run by Matt for
With Matt Ferriel and those guys. Do you frequently drop into other gyms? Is that something you enjoy doing?
Not really. I'm shy. Like, yeah, I'm super shy. So I don't know. Like, this is it for me.
Have you ever
Like-
gone over like Fusion to train at all?
Yeah, I've gone to Fusion, but like only when Paul goes. So you'll never catch me there by myself. Or,
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable like training at other gyms. It's weird. I don't know. I'm weird like that.
Do you feel like you get a good variety of sparring partners both in stand-up and grappling here at this gym?
Yeah. Yeah, for
So
sure.
you don't feel like, oh, I want to get a different look, or oh, I'm not being tested sometimes.
But you're also doing Monday sparring in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of people
That's your look.
Oh yeah. Right there, that's where like, oh shit, like okay, this guy's a little different here. This guy's different there. I need to work on this. It's like people from everywhere come on Monday.
How do you budget your time between doing Muay Thai, MMA, and grappling? like in terms of just time spent, like how much time I spend grappling versus doing MMA versus doing Muay Thai.
Like leading up to the fight.
Just in general.
I don't
Like, do you favor one over the other? Like, I feel like because I don't do Muay Thai, I only notice you when you're in Jiu-Jitsu class, right? But I don't know, like, how, like, are you training as much Muay Thai as you are?
No, definitely grappling.
You're doing more grappling?
Yeah, whether it's the gi, no gi, or wrestling, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah. Because I've been trying to work on my wrestling a lot. I don't know. He goes over UCF wrestling team. His name is Jared. And, like he goes a lot to the ATT headquarters. He like
nice.
He's like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's one of Colby Covington's training
Okay,
partner.
that's awesome.
So he helps
and he's
him out.
running the club at UCF.
No, he's just on the team.
Okay.
He's solid dude, like super good. He's actually fighting on the 28th of this month at UCF because UCF
Noosa, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So and that's actually run by Conor McGregor's coach, I believe.
Like Kavanaugh?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not Kavanaugh.
It's
It's
not.
somebody. It's one of his coaches. Yeah. What do you So what made you choose? Because I mean, like you're a UCF student.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're choose? Like, I don't know enough about that UCF thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like a collegiate wrestling league.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Is that opportunity there for you to do that as well?
Yeah, I thought about jumping on that card, but with this whole like Combate thing in April, no risk getting hurt. Plus, it's like in 2 weeks, so there's no way I can.
And
cut.
they're not paying you either, correct?
No, yeah. So
The collegiate thing's no pay.
yeah, it's
Fuck
amateur.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're putting your body through it anyway, you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah. That's why I had to quit the wrestling team too at UCF.
Why is that?
For April's fight.
Technically, he's not an amateur anymore, right? Like, you need to be an amateur.
No. Paul actually was like, "Nah, you don't risk to get hurt."
Because it's
So I was supposed to go to my first wrestling tournament for UCF last weekend, over in South Carolina. So I had talked to the head coach. I was like, "Hey, listen, I got like a fight coming up in April." He was super cool about it. He's like, "Hey, anytime you want to come in and train wrestling,
That's
more than
awesome.
welcome." So
I know I'm so a lesson I've kind of learned is never attack like heel hooks and stuff on an MMA fighter, especially if they're like in camp, because the way they escape heel hooks is different from how a jiu-jitsu person escapes heel hooks, and it's also half the time they take it as a personal affront that I'm trying to end their livelihood when I'm not, but I get where they're coming from. So it's
you're not going to compete, Noah, anytime soon?
me.
I think you should.
No, I
think you should.
I people have been saying that. I'm right now. I've been very like I told people, like I got to compete a lot as a kid all the way up through college doing other things.
Yeah.
So like I've got the competition bug out of me, and I like, if I want to go hard, I'll go hard with you guys here, and that's good. But yeah, there's sometimes where I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice to be fully uncorked against somebody, and not as bad as it sounds, like not care for their well-being as much. Like, I'm just trying to hit the moves.
That's a terrible thing for you to say. But okay.
But it's like if I'm trying to finish a bow and arrow, I don't care if that thing's going to go over the guy's mouth in a competition. You know what I mean? That's his problem, not my problem. Whereas here, I'm trying to be, and maybe that's the competitor in me. Like when you compete, to me, I have an edge when I compete. You know what I mean? But I also know that I have to do that because I can't assume that person's going to be taking my body into my hands either. It's just I'm the only one responsible for me. That's how I look at things, and I totally understand that if people disagree with that point of view, but that's how I've approached it. Even when I'm doing a non-contact thing like tennis most of my life, competition gets dirty. Not that I'm trying to be dirty or I'm trying to cheat. I'm a big believer in following the rules.
How do you get dirty in tennis? I mean,
I know.
How do you? I get, but like, how do you like? To me, like a dick move is like trying to open my guard by like digging your elbows in, right? Like, it's like, come on, like, God.
Yeah. Well, what ends up happening?
What's a dirty move in tennis?
So what ends up happening in tennis is that sparks most of the issues is when you're they say in junior. So when you're a kid competing, or even in college, until you're like a pro competing in larger events, there are no referees on the court. So when we watch tennis on TV, we have a fucking umpire in a chair. We have people on the lines, so you don't have to call your own lines. So tennis is kind of on this honor code of, hey, the ball was out. So where a lot of things get testy is when there are people that will blatantly cheat and will blatantly
so it's an integrity thing.
It's an extra. So they'll blatantly like, you hit a ball, it was in, and they'll call it out. You know what I mean? And that's usually the start of things. But when I talk about like competing in tennis, is like guys will be pumping their fists, like, you know, like they'll like hit a shot, and then they'll be like right across the net from you, pumping their fist in your face, like, come on, let's go, that kind of thing. And it's like,
It's intense.
That's more intense than I get in jiu-jitsu even.
So yeah, there's no physical. That's why I like jiu-jitsu, is because I can physically, like, there's physical ramifications to bad behavior. That's why I like martial arts in general. Dickwads that act up in a training mat, I do appreciate mat justice to a degree. You know, I mean, I think that, you know,
go pee right back.
You know, so I think that's kind of the thing that I like about jiu-jitsu. So regardless, it's like when it comes to this, it's like there are times like Victor's seen me, like I'll get triggered rolling. Yeah. You know, like, this motherfucker, man, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then suddenly there's a little less regard put for that guy. And I'm not trying to hurt the guy long term, but there are times where I'll slap on a rear naked. I'm gonna go right across his jaw. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be uncomfortable. I might crank his neck a little bit. I am very careful about. I will never wrench a heel hook. Like, I'm not trying to put a guy out. Yeah. For 12 months and have surgery. Yeah. But if the guy gets, I mean, Paul's done it. Like, we've seen Paul, like, he'll slide his shin across a guy's face. You know what I mean? And stuff like it. That's part of it. But competition's really fun. I did it once. I did fine when I did it, but it's just the desire to do it is just not there right now.
Did you feel nervous when you were?
Sure, I was nervous, but I've done it enough where I have rituals that I'm you know, like, actually, Victor, where's Victor? Victor, can you come here, please? Because I think you'll give a better perspective on this, because you were there. So the one time they're asking about, like, how I was when I competed, if I was nervous and stuff. I said I have my ritual, but you were there and you're like, dude, you're not. You wouldn't stop moving and stuff. Like, what was your perspective of me when I was getting ready for my grappling thing?
I was just kind of left to yourself, you know, because what I feel like is everybody else was like, oh, he's nervous and stuff, and I was like, I mean, I feel like when you compete in something, regardless of what it is, I feel like you know what you do before, and you know how your body is going to react and your body's going to move and stuff like that, and then you do your own thing, you know. So I'm like, he's moving around, you know, he's serious and shit, so I'm like, yeah, he's doing his own thing. So that was my perspective on the thing, you know. The one side is what you were nervous, but and the other side I was like, I don't think he is. I think he's just kind of, you know, doing his thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's like, the big thing for me, when it comes to any competition, is making sure my body's warm. And the challenge, especially in an event like a tennis tournament, but also, you know, a jiu-jitsu tournament, is they tell you your match is gonna be at 1 p.m. and then maybe it's 2:30. You know what I mean? Like, it's never. So you're always trying to gauge, like, when do I need to be physically alert? Because the minute they call you, it's like they walk you on the mat, slap, bump, combate, and you just go. You know what I mean? And there's no lead up, there's no stretching. In tennis, you actually have the benefit of a 10-minute warm-up with your opponent, where you actually hit the ball back and forth to warm up. So you don't get thrust right into it. But for me, yeah, I went through my routine. I got into kind of my battle. I don't listen to music, though some people like to listen to music. And then I was ready to go in battle, man. Right, you know what I mean? And I didn't know, like, it was a white belt tournament. So, like, what did we know? But it's like, there was a part of me that was like, I know it's just jiu-jitsu, it's grappling, there's no strikes, it's not an MMA fight. The threat of getting hurt is lower, but I still felt like these motherfuckers are trying to hurt me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I was and I didn't necessarily feel that when I rolled with anybody. Everyone was really tense. I was super tense my first match and could barely, like, get my, like, feeling in my body back after that first match. But it yeah, man, I just have fun, like, developing, getting better, and I just feel like my tool set is still, like, really limited. Like, I feel like there's so much more I feel like I need to know and practice before I would feel prepared to actually compete. Yeah, you know,
watching you roll yesterday, pretty good.
It was fun, man. Jiu-jitsu is fun, man. That was the reason I did the tournament when I did. One was a good cause, was Tap Cancer Out,
Yeah.
and it happened to coincide, like, I had 4 stripes on my white belt, and I personally wanted to give myself a little blue belt test, so that was my thing. So I was like, I want to see how I fare against strangers.
Yeah.
I felt like I kind of knew what I was doing, but I wanted to kind of test myself. So now I feel a little more comfortable in my own skin.
Right.
But I also know that there's so much to learn and so much to do. Like, we're babies here, you know?
Oh yeah, like so how many, you've done 2 basically like non-tournament competitions. You did the Kasai, which is on a professional level, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't talk about it, but you were paid for that.
No.
You weren't paid for that?
No, I wasn't paid for that.
The fuck?
Oh, excuse me. I might have actually. I can't remember.
You had fun, regardless.
Yeah,
and then
it was
the
a good
Cogito
experience.
thing. Yeah.
It was.
And then the Cogito experience, which was you won that tournament.
Yeah.
Have you done any other grappling tournaments?
Like Naga or anything.
No, I've never done any of that.
Like bracket tournaments where you
No.
sign up in a bracket?
No, the gi and then the Kasaya was like my first two tournament, I guess.
Was Kasai in gi or no gi?
No gi.
No gi. Okay.
Yeah, no gi. Yeah.
Cool, man. Is that something you'd be interested in doing more of, grappling tournaments?
Yeah,
Grappling
definitely no
matches?
gi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fun, man. And I
Yeah.
think it's something that's growing too.
Yeah, actually, I talked to the promoter. He's super cool. What's his name? He's one of the Gracie Rolls. No, he's one of the Gracie. He's part of the Gracie family.
Rolls Gracie or something?
Rolls is dead. Rolez is.
Okay, you would know better than me. I don't know.
So Holes is that was the. Is Kasai? No. Well, I know.
I can't remember his name.
I know
he was super cool with me.
Sean Williams is. He's the color commentator. I actually don't know who promotes it.
How did you get into Kasai in the first place?
I saw somebody on Facebook that like put like the application in for it.
Really? So you applied and you got in?
So and the funny thing is, I applied last year and I didn't get it. Like, I don't know how they critique this stuff, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it again. I'll try again this year. So I just put in the app, and they asked for like. I think I don't know. I don't have any accomplishments like in the grappling world that are like, nothing.
I mean, yeah, you haven't done any IBJJF
Yeah,
or anything.
so, like,
but the fact that you were an MMA, like an amateur MMA fighter that was undefeated at the time, that probably helped.
I put it in like normal stuff, and then like.
But like, what did your opponent have credential-wise either?
Well, the first one he won like a bunch of like Naga and what's the other one? Copa,
yeah.
Like.
Copa America. I don't know.
Like,
There's so many fucking tournaments nowadays.
Check out my schedule. I posted the schedule. I was shocked at how many, and that's still not all of them, but I was shocked at all the organizations that do it.
It's all just a money grab.
But, yeah, I mean, that's basically all I did, and then I got the email saying, "Hey, we need you to send like a selfie so we could get you on a poster." It's like, oh shit! I was like, this is awesome.
And then, it's like, I'm with Elias, in like Instagram right there.
Oh, that's really like for this and then share for that, or
it's like, so everyone's like putting it on their story. It's like, I'm with Elias Ramirez.
I mean, I just thought it was pretty cool because like I said, Craig Jones was on the card. What's that other guy's name? Renato
Tavares.
Tavares.
I can't remember.
Well, Wagner Rocha was on that card too, right? Like
it
was
there,
a superstar filled card.
And the other God, what's his name? Super tatted guy.
Well, that helps.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't remember his name. Tex.
Tex Johnson.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Didn't he?
He went with Craig Jones.
Yeah.
He lost to Craig Jones.
Yeah. So,
and he's about to grapple Gordon in Third Coast Grappling down in Miami, which
another promotion.
Yeah, which that card is pretty interesting. Like, I'd like to go see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I have friends in Miami?
So did you train specifically for the Kasai and for the other term, or were you were on a class?
No, I was just regular grappling. Like I don't. Yeah, it was. It's funny because the guy, like my first opponent, he trains over at Fusion now. So.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Really?
He was at Promotions actually. I saw him.
Yeah, he was.
I tried to roll with him in the gauntlet time, but I didn't get to roll with him.
Yeah.
Wait, who's that?
I don't know the guy's name. He's a purple belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
His
He's a brown
name's-
belt now?
No, he's a purple belt.
Yeah.
Who is that from? He didn't get promoted though.
No. So
he just attended.
Okay.
He was not promoted. He just attended to
so
attend.
He ended up pulling out of the grappling match. So then they threw me in the brown belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the brown belt got promoted to black belt a month after.
2 weeks after,
I was
actually.
like, damn, this guy. He has his own school in Brazil. Like,
What the hell?
yeah. He like you look at his Instagram, like he's like pretty legit. He does like a bunch of like what is it?
IBJJF?
Tournaments, and like he's like been to Dubai. Like I was like, holy shit, I got set up. Like this is whatever.
You're like, well, that guy's triangle was pretty good now that I think about it.
Well, so it was kind of dumb. Like I just got done. I had a cold during that time, so like I just got done being sick, and I did have to weight cut.
I remember your cardio was pretty shitty at that time.
Yeah, dude.
I was like rolling with you. I was like, dude, he's out of breath. And we just were grip fighting, and he's out of breath.
Not Eli.
Yeah, and then Eric said the same thing. Like he's like, dude, are you okay? I was like, nah, dude, I still kind of feel like shit, and I have like a week until this thing, and like I tried to do like the flying Kimura. I've been trying to like get better at that, but like totally missed it. Ended up in his guard, and then he shot up the triangle. And in the Kasai, I've read up the rules, but like you're allowed to slam, which was stupid. I don't know why I did this, but like I decided to pick him up and like slam him. Like,
You are allowed to slam?
yeah, you are.
Okay,
allowed,
yeah.
yeah. So I slammed him like twice, and obviously it got tighter and tighter and tighter. So yeah, but like after the match, I remember him and all his friends were like looking at me like this motherfucker really just tried to slam me, but it was legal. Like
It's a legitimate escape. I mean, like slams are legal in. Just to go a step back further, is people talk they talk so much shit about like the restrictions of IBJJF.
Yeah.
If you do a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu tournament, slams are completely legal, which slams are not legal in IBJJF.
right.
Which, to me, a slam is a legitimate defense. I mean, like, you got to think about it. If this is fighting,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah,
count on
exactly.
everybody not slamming you.
Right. Yeah.
So you need to learn how to defend against that.
Yeah.
And the bright idea to not get slammed is just to let go and work something else.
Yeah, I slammed him pretty hard the first time. I'm surprised he didn't let go, but I tried to do it again the second time, but it was tight. Just tapped.
That's crazy, man. So any, I don't know. I think we've covered everything, man. Chris, do you have any questions? I'm out of it.
So I know you've said you're a much more devoted student to jiu-jitsu now and stuff like, and your top game is incredible. Your pressure's incredible. What do you want to work on for 2020?
I want to do the leg lock stuff. Like, I want to like.
Dude, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m.,
Yeah, I know.
bro.
I keep like, I know. I got to come in and do that. I think that would definitely be something like a game changer for me, because I don't know anything. I think that once I learn how to, do the stuff you do, I think I'll be pretty complete, I guess. I want to say.
Dude, hey, man.
Yeah.
10 a.m. I think Julius is coming tomorrow.
Is he?
Well, he said. I mean, I'm not going to hold him to it, but
I've seen Julius with a full-on honey hole locked on, and he somehow got out of it. So,
I mean, I thought I had him dead to rights, but he had a good grip on the arm that would be digging the heel, and I couldn't break the grip. And normally in no-gi I could break the grip, but he was just too strong that I couldn't break the grip. Like in gi, it's different, right? You can grab the cloth, and that's a much harder grip. But in no-gi, there are ways to break those grips by, going into it and stuff. Stuff I will show on Sundays at 10 a.m. But, yeah, man, Julius is... Granted, I don't think I'd ever fight Julius unless I'm going absolute. You know what I mean? Pulling a Mikey Musanesi, but... dude, Eli, do you have any shout-outs you want to give out before we let you go?
Yeah, my buddy will definitely be listening to this, so thanks, Doug, for the beers.
no, legit. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Any new stuff you want us to pimp, we're here for you.
And we need to see you on the mats at least once, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we've had your beer.
Yeah.
Now we need to see you.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll definitely get them out. But yeah, no, this is great. This is awesome. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Dude.
For being here, man.
Yeah.
Like this is an awesome opportunity to get to know you as a person too, not just as a fellow training partner.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, this is cool.
Dude, thank you, and good luck in your training camp. And I'm sure you're going to kick ass, dude.
All right.
You'll do everybody proud.
Tickets on sale soon.
Yeah.
All right, man.